So, welcome back, and today we're going to do part 2 of, or at least issue 2 out of 4 of the mini-series. The Tales from the Past continues, and this the Tales from the Past 19, if I'm correct. If I'm not correct, you could post down in the comment section, or I'll put a correction down in the description or in a comment under the video. So yeah. Without further ado, we're going to do it just like the previous video, where I basically I don't think the writer and the artist etc. are needed at the moment, but we're going through the whole list again. We're going to tell who the writer is, who the artist is, letterer, etc. I think the team didn't change a lot, but yeah. And after that, we're doing a little recap, synopsis, and we do the breakdown. So. Without further ado, let's get into who the team is, who the writer, artist, etc. is. And for this video, be careful for spoilers if you didn't read Unknown Soldier. This is the limited series from 1997. That apparently, I'm not sure if there are other versions of this particular story, but of this Unknown Soldier. But there seem to be some stories that happened before that doesn't seem to be connected with this. This is about what will be explained in the synopsis, an operative who, a CIA agent who, or CIA agent who goes, comes across a list and basically goes, through all the names and to figure out what identities of the unknown soldier and what kind of things are at stake when the information gets exposed to the world. And yeah, let's get into it. So we're going to first, of course, team. Garth Ennis is the writer. Kilian, Plunkett, if I spell his name correctly, I'll probably butcher it again. Artist James Sinclair, colorist. That's a colorist. Digital Chameleon is Separations, and Eddie DeWeeb, if I spell that name correctly, or his name. Letterer Axel Alonso, famous editor at DC, was working on projects at DC. I don't know if he did things at Marvel as well, but could be the case, could not be the case. And yeah, before we go to the synopsis, I'll also be using some info from from sites like the Grand Comic Database and mycomicbookshop.com, because those are, I couldn't find anything on the, let's say, the DC fan site. There's nothing of a synopsis or anything for particularly issue 1, but issue 2 I didn't find anything either. But yeah, that's how we're going to roll with book 2. And if you hear the paper rattle at times, is like Captain Frugal. I'm a little bit old-fashioned, even though I'm probably a little bit younger. And yeah, just I also saw some things happening on drama-related things on, especially American comic book twat and YouTube, and I've wanted to mention it first, but to be honest, I'm kind of tired of all that nonsense. It's just a waste of time. Like him, I just want to go back to the days that we could basically discuss which American comic, European comic, webcomic, manga you read, and what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. And we might disagree on certain things. That's fine. We probably would. The guy who, Frugal, also known as Captain Frugal, a comic book YouTuber from the States, and I would probably disagree on a lot of things, especially ethical issues that we're not going to discuss here. Politically, probably, but most likely. But yeah. It doesn't matter. You don't have to agree with each other on everything, on everyone, as long as you have some common interests. And yeah, this one. So yeah, now we're getting back to the recap. Is basically before we get into here, which is nice. And yeah, of course, William Clyde in the previous issue at the end, William Clyde lost one of his leads called Joshua Markowitz, and one of his, unfortunately, because one of the Black Ops tried to scare him off, one of his colleagues, which he had a close relationship with, Wallace. She unfortunately got caught in the crossfire and shot and killed. And yeah. In this course of routine investigation, CIA agent William Clyde discovers a mysterious new lead that brings him to a suburban old folks' home. That's in the previous issue. Interviews Joshua Markowitz, an ailing World War II veteran who quickly appears to be a dead end to Clyde. Except for one thing. Turns out that months before, another CIA agent came asking questions. Question about a mystery man known as the Soldier. So the unknown soldier. This relationship until it brings back to his 40 years to the liberation of Dachau. That's the concentration camp. It seems to be Poland, I think. Well, I'm not entirely sure. It could be Germany. My memory is a little cloud right now because it's kind of late. It's a lifetime ago, but Markowitz will never forget how the American soldier, or the unknown soldier, a giant whose face was swathed in bandages, suddenly grabbed a machine gun and opened fire on the guards. So this happened in the first issue, so you can read it all by yourself. You can watch the video, and then yeah, of course, report that a mysterious fire was caught in the nursing home that killed Markowitz, and a second later a bullet shoots down Wallace, and on the route of Screwball occurs because she hit the wrong target. And here we are back to where we left off during the first issue. Is Agent Clyde, there's a couple of people from your office. Here's basically at the crime scene. And yeah, there are people from his office who want to on the way down, and yeah, they've told him to wait if he likes, but no. Okay, well, guess we're about to done here, and they are as well. And they see they put the body in a body bag of Wallace, and as you might see here in this particular page, yeah. Give me a moment, please, and yeah. Appears to be pretty close. Has some has some chemistry going on, and yeah. Close her eyes, really nice. And in her own room, Screwball is having a phone call with her contractor. I'm telling you, she opened the door the instant I pulled the trigger. The effing instant, man. I mean, how was I supposed to know she was gonna walk in just then? Well, let me see. Years of training and operational experience. Maybe like when you set up a hit, you always make sure your kill zone is clear. It effing was, man. You must have let her in after I got through the checking. Screwball, do you know who that woman was? I don't know, his girlfriend, his colleague, Agent Rebecca Wallace, CIA. We asked for the frighteners, Screwball. What seem to be giving us is the next Oliver Stone movie. It's kind of funny. So we're going to do what we should have done long ago and close this thing down once and for all. Terminations. Every name on the list. You'll be handling most of them. Orders will come down within the hour. What about Clyde? That depends on him. We still don't know who put him into Joshua Markowitz. He may let the matters drop now if he doesn't. We'll let you know. So basically she's been taught to kill every available lead that might know some information about the unknown soldier from this particular employer or contractor, or the one that is giving Screwball the Black Ops orders. So he's back at the office. Yeah. Want to know why the due date on my report has been brought forward, because the California first investigation hasn't been given any kind of priority status up until now. Quite the opposite, in fact. And yeah, we handled just as that there's a number of more important matters requiring my attention. So it's, you repeat that, sir? And he asked me to repeat it. It's basically some office things going on. No, sir, I have not been affected by Agent Wall's death to the point it will affect my work. No, I do not need any time off. You'll have to report by the end of this week, sir. Hey, Clyde, Reno. So how are you doing, man? Oh, you know, getting through the day. So he's still affected by the loss of Wallace. Listen, me and the others, we just want you to know we're here for you, you know? I mean, what happened to Wallace has screwed us all up. But I guess with the two of you, how they suspect them that they were in a romantic relationship where they were clapping, you know what. Right, sure, well look, just as long as you know if you want to talk about it, like if you want to grab a beer or something, it's okay, Reno. Really, you've already been a big help. Okay, cool. You hang in there, Clyde. So Reno's kind of a good guy. Kind of playing the good cop routine. So lose yourself in work, Clyde, or risk your sanity. And it's true. Or you could lose yourself in work and go completely insane, like I do. File open, California first. Skinner Seymour S. Herbert Bone. Robert Terwilliger. I butchered the name already. Bachman Kent. There's a whole list on the PC that happens. Hodge, Lionel G. Cara A. Napoli. And Joshua E. Markowitz has been eliminated from the list. And here comes the conclusion. Whoa. And private property, some kind of Vertigo thing. Not really interesting. And he also named Mr. Martin Fox. My name's Clyde. I'd like to ask. I'm from Colonel Booth's department. That's correct, Mr. Fox. Colonel Booth sent me to see you. I come in. And so, yeah. I haven't said a word to anyone really. That's why I'm here, Mr. Fox. The Colonel likes us to review cases such as yours to ensure that your security has been maintained. Now, you were first contacted by Agent Anderson. That's right. Talk me through this, Mr. Fox, in your own words. Well, I no doubt the reason to doubt Anderson's credentials, so I told him everything, you know, with the Shah and so on. So this basically goes back to the times in Iran where the American government, I could, without getting too much into the political aspects of it, but they basically put their own monarch on the throne of Pharaoh, in the government of Pharaoh to basically I'd like kind of a puppet to the United States, if you could call it that. But it's kind of result in some inequality, etc. that result in the rise of the Ayatollah and the Iranian Revolution that the country still hasn't recovered from till this day. So yeah, and I haven't said a word on that matter. That certainly ties with what I've got here, Mr. Fox. Thank you. Now we can move on to codename Unknown Soldier. So going back to the interview again. So do you know about it? Mr. Fox, this is a full security review. I want to be able to report you have everything straight. If you're sure, take all the time you need, Mr. Fox. So basically going to the interview. Well, back in '53, I was part of the team we had in Iran, trying to get Mohammed Mossadegh out of office. It nationalized BP the year before. Syria had to go. The trouble was Mossadegh. I'm terrible with names. Extremely popular. Our only chance was to have the Shah order him to step down. There was no way the Shah would play ball. The Shah was kind of suspicious of what the United States did. And he knew that if it came to the crunch, it'd be touch and go, which of them the people wouldn't back. No matter what I offered him, he stood firm. They were sending someone to talk to, and Shah didn't want to give in to the demands of the United States, so they sent someone else in it, and that someone else was the Unknown Soldier. He wasn't what I've been expecting at all. He totally terrified me. His eyes burned into use, or everything about him. His stance, his voice, it was so full of disdain. It's like he operated on some terrible god-like level. He loathed mixing with us, working for us. We couldn't imagine the things he would had to do. Who are you? I'm an American, wants to know why you insult his country. What? By what right do you refuse us? By what prerogative do you reject our aid? But no, I will speak. You will order Mohammed Mossadegh to step down. You will rule your country yourself, directly and absolutely. You will follow the ethics of the United States government 100%. So basically, they want him to be their puppet. In other words, which result in what you get right now. We have right now the Ayatollahs. Or we will bomb Iran back into the desk, and I will come for you. There was that one look in those eyes, and there was no question the Shah would do anything to get rid of the Mossadegh. There And then just as we were leaving, he stammered out something about what right did Americans have to give him orders in his country. And he tells him the moral right. Careful. It's not good for my pages. And that was the last time I saw him. So the codename Unknown Soldier helped bring this Shah to power. Of course, rumor had it. He even rode one of the tanks when the pro-Shah fought Mossadegh's people in the streets of Tehran. Hundreds died that day, of course. And you know, if you hadn't asked Mossadegh, Khomeini wouldn't ever been able to seize power. But the Shah created so much resentment. So those resentments result in in the rise of the Ayatollahs. Thank you, Mr. Fox. I'll be sure to tell Colonel Booth how helpful you were. So if they didn't told Mossadegh to step down, the Ayatollahs wouldn't be in power in Iran, and the Shah wouldn't have fled or killed in the instant. And so they're back on the road again. The Vertigo had been up all night fishing that California first nonsense. I thought it wasn't due till Friday. Codename Unknown Soldier. And yeah, this is basically a flashback to when Wallace was still alive, or maybe she is hallucinating. Jumped down my throat the instant I put the name in the computer, then it doubled my workload to keep me tied up. And look at Joshua Markovich and you. No one's going to tell me that bullet was meant for you, Wallace. You don't shoot at a person through a cup of coffee, which is true. They were trying to frighten me off, and someone's feeding me these names, which sounds like a good reason for forgetting the entire thing. Not a chance. So she tells me to forget the entire thing. Not a chance. Don't try. He's hallucinating again. But yeah. Tells me they killed him. And this is another video game from PlayStation called the Ready Cross. It's kind of an ad. Oh, come on. How many ads do we need? I hope I did the right thing. I hope I didn't skip through anything, but no, it doesn't appear to be. So yeah, I kind of hate these ads. No luck. I hope he comes back soon. If I can talk to Sanders, the third man on the list lives in Alaska. So he's going to Alaska and see. Oh, he finds a dead body. Cuba Libre, kind of an backup or some kind of former government thingy. So one has been killed. So one loose end. And yeah. Gives him turned out the report sloppy and inconclusive. Repeat and resubmit ASAP. So he gets a report back. What are you doing? I'll skip the work for a week and go to Anchorage to talk to Marcus Bradley. To tell him this Colonel Booth sent me like I did with Fox. Seems to be the name that opens all the right doors, so far as codename Unknown Soldier is concerned. We are pleased with ourselves, aren't we? Oh well, somebody's got to be. So yeah, basically another flashback. Some kind of ad again. So he goes to Sergeant Booth's house somewhere in the rural area. And Mr. Bradley, it's important you talk to me. I'm not kidding. Mr. Bradley, your name was fourth on the list I received in connection to with codename Unknown Soldier. So he goes to it. The 3 have been killed inside the last 40. It tells me that the first 3 have been killed in the last 48 hours. He's going trying to convince him for an interview. And yeah, it tells me it's about a soldier Vietnam 1970, and a little piece of genocide on the Cambodian border. That was quite insane. So there were, for long in 70 was a asshole, but it was this asshole of my unit to operate out of when I was with Special Force. We did reckon mostly looking for MVA coming from out of Cambodia. And something went in after them, which got denied all the way to the top, and they also forced a lot of Cambodians to help them. If you had the best thing would be to clear a couple of villages like we did in Nam, burn them out, added the people to power plants, but it didn't quite work. One of the guys in the company disagreed. That's some back and forth information. It turned out Lipton was kind of little-minded, and the rest is history. It's about when he was ordering the choppers. It's the order. General Westmoreland. Didn't you hear me? I said, get on the radio and bring the choppers back now. Yes, sir. R3, suddenly from Jericho. Abort mission. I repeat, abort. Give me the set. Okay. What is he doing here? He's teaching you to do your job. And some of Army lines DC1, sir. I'm sick of your effing grunts. Acting like the company doesn't count for us in this war. We call the effing shots here, and if he doesn't prove it, then you're an even bigger a-hole than I thought. Now shut up and listen. And yeah. And they tell Orn to liquidate all civilians. But yeah. Committing war crimes. Don't kill 200 people. 200 people is insane. Marcus, and yeah. Bush goes way he needs to talk about it. About to seems to be quitting. And then the unknown soldier was behind. Points him so hard that that he goes punch unconscious. And he tells him about what he knows. And yeah. Tells him that he's on the same trail as that William Clyde's on the same trail as Anderson. And makes me as dead as he is. And just in that moment General Sergeant Burge gets shot through the head. It's a cigarette still in what seems to be a cigarette. And yeah, William Clyde dodges just in the nick of time before he gets shot by the black cop known as Screwball. He runs after her as he follows her. Follows the tracks. A gunfight breaks out. And yeah, William Clyde fires, wounds her, and she drops her rifle, and the car crashes against trees, and turns out that Screw was not that pleased with it. You shot me, you. Women, right? Always blaming anyone but themselves. Just kidding. Not every pal. In this case, it's kind of funny. Just skip that part. I'll probably get cancelled for that. But yeah, they seem to have some. They blame always when they get shot, whether it's a male or female. They always blame everyone but themselves. Bastard. The F word. Asset. She's calling all the names on the list. Because yeah, she's kind of in a bad mood right now after he shot her. But he tells him that William Clyde draws his gun and tells Screwball that they need to talk about a few things. And that's where it ends. To be continued. And I don't even know who this band is. But that's not important as the back cover. So now we're going to the plus and the minus. It's a little more fast paced than the first issue of Unknown Soldier 1997. And yeah, of course, there's a good balance between art and writing. It's not it's not the selling point, but yeah, story wise it's really strong and good cover as well, where you see exactly what happens and who's going to fight against who. And yeah, once again a really good issue. I give the same score like the previous one, 78 out of 100. And that's all for today. Talk to you guys later. Till issue 3. Och jag som mina säger, I'm going to bed.